This light streak is gonna have to do because it's almost sundown. It's like 7:40, so today I'll be talking, I'm doing a TV talk, recapping season 1 of Reign. I just watched it. I know it's been a season, it's already up to season 2, it's episode 10, it's kind of like in a break. It won't come back till 22nd of January. I'm gonna fix this light because I don't like it. That's amazing. So as I said, Reign is up to its second season, kind of mid-season. I just started watching it because I needed a new show to watch. I always need a new show to watch after I finish a show and waiting for the next season. I always wanted to watch it. I heard about it, heard that it's great. And then I saw something on Facebook that said it was in between Game of Thrones and Pretty Little Liars and I think Vampire Diaries. Which, yes, I agree with, kind of. There's hints of like every sort of show into it, and it's actually a show that I not imagine, but you know when you just have this like ideal idea for a show and they made it. It's old kind of 16th century mixed in with it's modernized as well, and yeah, so I love that. I just love the whole royal thing, even though it was probably not as glamorous or romantic as it was back then. It was still very interesting to watch, and I liked it. So this video will be in 2 parts. The first part will be a recap all over, kind of if you want to watch it, and the second part will have spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen it, you probably shouldn't watch the second part. As well as making this different to any sort of other like YouTube channel that kind of reviews shows or movies and stuff, I will have real-time reactions where I film myself like right after watching something, and I will just react to it or come up with a theory, and we can have like a discussion space and everything. It's based around the 16th century reign of Mary Queen of Scots and Henry II, and then in England it was like Mary Tudor, and it was kind of like around Henry VIII. Like, I've watched the Tudors. First of all, if you kind of like the historical fiction thing, but it's not too fictionalized, but a bit fictionalized, plus you hear words and social practices such as, bringing a coffee to a bed or something like that. They've just invented it, it's coffee, have some. And they'd sit on the bed and they'd have a chat with coffee and things like that. So it's very modernized, but it's still historic. And the cinematography is beautiful, where the setting is beautiful. It's like a castle, nice greenery, and like inside the castle, it's very like regal and like just beautiful. And another thing that's amazing that I love is the fashion and their headpieces. Their headpieces look absolutely gorgeous. It makes me want all of them. And then the way that they braid like a little part of their hair and they put like rhinestones in them, I love that. As for characters, it's for the way they cast it. It's got Adelaide Kane as the protagonist. I remember her from, she played Lolly for a bit on Neighbours. Stacey's in it, which, like honestly, Caitlin Stacey, if you read, this has got nothing to do with the show, but if you read her interview and her like nude photos and stuff like that, the way that she's like this, she claims she's a feminist. Oh god, I completely slammed it on Tumblr. If you want to see that, I will link it down below. But other than that, she plays one of the ladies in waiting. The Queen of France, is a really good actress. Her name is Megan Follows. And then there's there is a love triangle with brothers, and which annoys me because it's happened in Vampire Diaries. It's happened in The Witches of East End. It happens like a lot. The whole brothers after one girl. It even happened a bit in Pretty Little Liars with the whole Ezra and Ezra's brother, who was played by Greg Sulkin, kissed Arya, and it gets tedious after a while. But I'm not sure, like honestly, I'm not reading behind the real Mary Queen of Scots, like on Wikipedia and stuff, just so it doesn't ruin the show for me, which is kind of really stupid to say. I don't want the show ruined for me, so I'm not going to read what actually happens, even though I love reading the book before I watch the movie. Does that make sense? No. So yes, The two brothers are Prince Francis and Sebastian, who is the king's bastard. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's a bit weird because the way that they fight over the girl is like very immature. It gets better throughout the season, but the way that they kind of like, you know, I will always love her and I will never love anyone else, and even though these girls come my way, I'm still gonna love her. And I thought that shows would have known better by now. The king, who's played by Alan Van Sprang, he's also been in The Tudors and stuff like that. I imagine like he's just one of those people that's in a lot of historical fiction movies. Not historical fiction, but like historical films and stuff like that. Because technically it's not fiction, but it is kind of fiction, you know. He plays very well. He's like a nymphomaniac, crazy psychopath, you know. He's just very weird. So there's a prophecy as well. You find out in the first episode that there's some sort of prophecy that the queen knows because her consort or her friend is Nostradamus, who is he has visions. And so there's a whole like sci-fi theme to it, but it's not too sci-fi. Like you think there's all these supernatural things that happen, but they just prove it to be human and just a human person, but kind of weird. But this whole like prophecy thing where the Queen of Scots marries the Prince of France, then the Prince of France is going to die. That's throughout the whole season, kind of like the whole, it's like a subplot. They're all subplots everywhere, so many subplots, and it makes me angry, it makes me sad, it makes me want to keep watching. Let's just talk about Prince Francis for a second. He has this je ne sais quoi, I guess. He has this thing. You know those like, it's like mainly British people can do this, like, and the way that they act in kind of in Passion, when he's kissing a girl or something like that, he wears this oversized t-shirt. It's like Matt Healy. They're kind of a feminine, masculine, like he's so feminine that it's masculine and sexy, and the way that he just kisses, you know, he has his shoulders up and he has his hands on her face, and it makes my heart feel nice. I can't explain it. It just, oh. If you do want to watch it, it's a nice show. It's a don't watch it with like a light heart. You have to be aware of everything. Even though at the end of the day I play Candy Crush or Battle Runner, I'm playing 2048 while I'm watching. That's just me. I can't concentrate, but I have to with this one. Like I get myself to concentrate to watch everything that's going on. It's captivating. Another thing we have to talk about is soundtrack. Honestly, this is one of the best soundtracks. They mix the modern soundtrack into the kind of like, it's kind of like if you watch, you know, Great Gatsby, 2013, Baz Luhrmann's Great Gatsby. He includes Jay-Z and Kanye, and the kind of the words kind of fit the tone of the, but it's not technically like in that situation. They're not actually listening to, oh no, the party scene they were listening to Jay-Z or whatnot. Oh, I forgot what it was. But it's like, you know, it just plays as the thing goes, and I love it because they play some of the best music. It's my taste in music. A lot of people don't like that taste in music. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. It's like the kind of indie alternative rock music that I love. They played Bastille, my favourite band. They played Codaline. They played Tom Odell. This started at episode 14. They're playing Tom Odell. I don't know. This episode knows the way to my heart through song. Now they have dreams. The Bastille and Gabriel Applin version, and
Your Majesty, it pleases me that the relationship between our nations is so...
Shame on you, Vane, for having good music taste. And I go crazy when I hear that because I've been listening to them like all on repeat. And honestly, if they played Hozier, cinematography is great. The acting is decent, most of it. Some people are questionable. The music choice is very on point, and the storyline is decent. Character development is alright, because you see people growing in different stages and you see them growing too fast, but you can't you can't really grab onto it. But I guess that's the point of like this sort of TV show where they're royals and they can't be too hung up on love and things like that. But the love is included in the politics, which makes me really angry because these people, they're getting married. One's the Queen of Scotland, one's the King of France, and they have to, or the Prince of France, and they have to have they had two different political agendas, but they're married, and it interferes with their love, and that makes me upset, honestly. Like, but I guess that's what they had to deal with back then, and thank God that's not how it is now. It's like that's probably like why people are encouraged not to date their co-workers, because there can be a lot of conflict, and that show just, you know, showed me that you shouldn't be able to I shouldn't ever date a co-worker, because that can include, it has a lot of tension, especially because back then you couldn't divorce and things like that, so they're basically stuck together for life. So if someone makes the other mad, they can't do anything about it, they're stuck with each other. So yes, if you're into the politics and if you're into love, but if you don't really like, if you find that too frustrating, you shouldn't watch the show, because it gets in the way a lot. Oh, and if you're one of those people that just wants the love scenes and doesn't want to hear the political jargon, don't watch it either, because it carries a very, like, you can't just skip through it. You can't just not pay attention to what's going on. If you have background knowledge, that's great. That's even better. I don't know if like real things happened, like the small subplots again, if they really happened, but I find it really interesting. Okay, we're on to the second part, which is spoilers. So if you haven't watched the first season, then don't. I'm going to show you some clips of me watching it in real time from episode 14 onwards. This show gives me the feels. It's like everything I want in a show. I can't believe I haven't watched it till now. Except I hate the love triangle thing with the brothers, because every show does the whole brother with a love triangle or some sort of love triangle to try to get more views and more likes, and no, stop fishing for likes, but whatever. But ugh, they're letting a girl come in between them. I thought, you know, shows by this time would be a bit more wary of this, but if a girl comes between these people, these two men that were brothers, they've known each other their whole life and have known her reasonably well, but not too much, that he would kick his own brother out of the castle or something like that just because he got the girl. It just, I don't like that. I don't. It's not, no. And I hope Lola's not pregnant, because that would be really fucked up. Like, theories. I knew it. I saw it coming. She's with child. Lola's with child. And, I knew it. I saw it coming. And thank you, episode 14. Let me tell you something about Bash. He's too hung up on her. And she's loving it too much. And I don't know. He's still pining over her after. I don't know. I just thought he would be a bit more civilized about it, like Francis was, but I guess he loves her more than, I don't know. I love how the king and the queen are trying to clean up a mess, and they're like, how did the cleaners do it? I don't know. They take them to the laundry and dip them in something. I see Claire. I see Aislinn? No, not Chambers. Aislinn Paul. She's Claire Degrassi. I love how scandalous this show is. Like, episode 14 rocks. I ship King Henry and Queen Catherine so much. Like, I know they're married, but they hate each other, but they're so good together. Like, it's so fun. It's so fun. You stupid episode that I loved, but it was stupid at the same time. Let's start episode 15. I'm getting really annoyed. Episode 15 recapped. I don't know, I can't tell, and I don't know what's going on. Mid-episode 16. Bash and What's the other one's name? Bash and Francis are out trying to hunt for the darkness. It's kind of a road trip, kind of like, not coming of age thing, but like bonding experience thing. I have a theory that they are going to end up, they're not mad at each other now, but I reckon they're going to be a bit closer, hopefully, after this. Bash is learning to be like, oh, it's not just about the girl. End of episode 17. Ooh, girls got some sass. Ooh. Strings version of Royals.
I see you enjoying yourself. It wasn't so long ago you were ready to rain anarchy down on this place.
End of episode 18. Ouch. Ouch. That's so... Oh, that's so mean. That is so mean. Oh my god. It's getting too political for my liking. Yeah. I'm playing Battle Run, by the way. No. Okay. No. No, and that was end of episode 19, I think. Or 20. No, 19. No, I'm dying. No. Okay. Ow. I died. I don't know what you're thinking, sugar. Oh, oh, yeah. No. Lord knows what's gonna happen now. He's gonna get the plague. Why? 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 You suck. But I want to watch more. So yes, when it started, I thought it was interesting. You know, the king lusting after Kenna, that was cute until he went mad, and that was a bit frustrating. I was like, just be good. And then when he died at the end, I was like, but making Francis feel sorry, like obviously he didn't know that Francis was the one that was dueling him and killing him. But when he said, oh, I killed my brother on a tennis court, and that's what the guy who was seeing in his visions, in his like crazy, you know, psychopathic visions, that's the guy who he's seeing. And he was like, you know, he said it was too much of a coincidence for them to have said, oh, for the king to finally have remorse over everything and saying, yes, I killed my brother, to his son who just killed him. Oh, Nostradamus' visions are pissed me off as well. The fact that, you know, he could straight away say Clarissa's dead and now everything's back to normal, but then later find out Clarissa's not dead. I mean, just because he thinks that Clarissa's dead and she's not, I don't understand how that's how his vision worked. Like, does that make sense? Okay, how do I explain it? So Clarissa, who is the queen's actual firstborn, who she had hidden and thought had died, when Nostradamus says your firstborn will die because of Mary. Okay, so Clarissa died because of Mary. Nostradamus said that everything's done. But wouldn't kind of like God or whoever controls these visions knew that she wasn't dead? I don't understand how that works, honestly. Like, I don't like that. And then the fact that, you know, the plague was coming and that, you know, you'd see the prophecy that Francis was dying of some disease. Knowing that he would get struck by the plague, to go and see his child, and I don't understand like how she could be okay with her husband. Like, I know it was before they got married and stuff like that, but it was probably because she can't have children herself, or I don't know if she can. I don't want to read about Mary. I don't want to see if she never has children, because I really want to have children. I don't think she has children though. It makes me sad. But I have to watch the next season. That's why I'm making these videos so fast, because I just want to watch the next episode. It's just frustrating me. It's making me stressed. I have to do a whole lot of maths homework, but I'm not, because I am watching this TV show and it's taking over my life right now. I'm completely fine. I just have to watch 10 more episodes. I hope Francis doesn't die soon. But they won't, because he's the main character, and if he does, then I will cry, because he's so beautiful. Honestly, how beautiful is he? I mean, he's not the most like handsome, rugged looking man, but he's very, very beautiful. That's it. stay tuned for the season 2, episode 1 to 10 recap. I hope that this inclined you to watch the show or anything like that. And that's it.